Hey there, Pisces. How's it going? Hope everything's going good with you and yours. This is your reading for March 28th, the week of. We're going to be checking this out for you. Real quick before we get started, though, we're going to be moving the water signs. Your readings are going to be getting moved over to Sundays as part of the quarter. Everyone kind of shifts every quarter in the readings, just so everyone has different times to check their stuff out. So don't be coming back here next Thursday looking for your readings. It's not going to be till Sunday. So without further ado, let's get into your reading here. What do we got for you this week? We got that's a really good sign to start things off for you. We got the High Priestess, the Eight of Swords, the World, and the Hermit. Let's see what we got for your bottom row here. Move them in a little bit better. All right. What do we got for your bottom row? You got the Hanged Man, the Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and on the bottom of the deck, the thing that we're watching out for this week is the Two of Swords. So yeah, I feel like there's a big decision for you to make here, especially where we have 3 twos here. The Two of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. We got 3 twos here. 222, that's an angel number. I cannot remember what one that is, but you may want to go give that a look after this reading. Google that real quick, or maybe pause the video and give it a quick check out right now, but yeah, the Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. Lots of twos here. But with the Two of Swords here, what you should be watching out for this week is a choice of some sort. I feel like you're being presented with a choice to adventure out with something new this week with that Two of Swords here. Possibly taking a chance, taking a risk, going out and exploring something new, getting out of your comfort zone here. Or potentially just staying in your comfort zone. Like, it's a choice, of course, right, with the twos here. So interesting. But as we go throughout your reading, we got the High Priestess, the Eight of Swords, the World, and the Hermit here in your top cards. With the High Priestess, I feel like your intuition is going to be on point this week. Really need to watch out for that. Like, you really need to hone in on that. I feel like that's going to be a big time for you. I mentioned that the High Priestess was a good card for you, Pisces, especially because the High Priestess is one of your cards. So that means that you're coming in a strong way, which is beautiful. With the Hermit here as well, that's Virgo's card. So you may have Virgo on your chart. And if you do, that's another little bonus, means you're coming in strong. I always like to hear about that kind of stuff. So you can let me know down in the comment section if you have Virgo in your chart somewhere. I always love to hear people are coming in strong. So here we are with the High Priestess. Again, just trusting your intuition. I feel like you really got a good handle on things this week. I feel like you're working towards something for sure. And I feel like your intuition is going to help guide you to a new perspective on it with the Hanged Man here just below it. I feel like you're really going to be focusing in on something. I feel like you're going to kind of maybe get a weird idea in your head here that's going to kind of lead you into a really interesting place. I really feel, because we have the World and the Ten of Pentacles here lined up, along with the Hermit back here as well, which I feel like it just feels like you're really gaining a new perspective that's going to really show you something more here in your life, like something that's really going to kind of take you on a thread where you're like, okay, maybe actually I can do something significant with my life. You know, for a lot of us, you know, myself included, there's a bit of that challenge of like, oh, am I just going to be stuck grinding away at a 9-to-5 job for the rest of my life? Or, you know, is this it? Did I peak in high school or something, right? Like, that's really tough and hard to deal with. But I feel like this new perspective, this new look that you're going to find here is going to challenge you and show you like, yeah, maybe actually there's better out there for you. Maybe you never considered before, which I think is really beautiful. With the Eight of Swords and the Two of Pentacles here, I feel like you really need to focus in on how you need to maybe put some restrictions on, right? Especially when it comes to finances with the Pentacles, of course, there. So you may need to kind of put some stuff on hold and make sure that things aren't getting out of hand here. That might really help you out in the future with the Two of Pentacles, because the Two of Pentacles talks about sort of cycles, right? There's kind of, you have the two here, the two-headed giant here, this two-headed person, and on their belt, they have the infinity sign here. And that is sort of mean like this is kind of a holding pattern. Like, this will never change. This is something that will go on and on forever. And with the Eight of Swords, I feel like that's kind of something you need to kind of be disciplined about, is maybe getting in a situation where you get into like a budget or something like that, or get into a diet or a schedule or something along those lines. Of course, with the High Priestess, you'll know, your intuition will tell you what that maybe revolves around to get you there. But I feel like that kind of restraint where you're like, okay, I'm going to get into this pattern of doing this, and it's going to build up and help you towards the future, because we have the Ten of Pentacles and the World here. The World is a completion. The Ten of Pentacles is a completion as well. So big time completion energy, big time like building towards something beautiful here. With the World, it's something very significant. The World is like the biggest completion in tarot. So that looks really good. Like that's something definitely like this is huge for you that you're working towards. And the Ten of Pentacles is something, again, we're talking about that material world or something you put a lot of value on. Right? Pentacles, of course, can represent money. They are, they are called coins in some other tarot decks, but Pentacles can also represent like material things, like your material world, like the items and possessions in your home or in your life, or it can also talk about your health as well, or things that you put value on, like I said before. So something you really put a lot of value on. You're heading towards something beautiful with that, with this change of perspective, with this tightening down, with this more disciplined attitude here, which is really interesting because Cancer also had a similar vibe to their reading. So maybe you want to go give Cancer's reading a checking out after this. But we have the Hermit here as well, and the Two of Swords, and like the Hermit isn't part of your challenge here, but you can see here the Hermit has his feet sort of frozen to the ground here. Now it's a real simple solution for the Hermit. If he just put that lantern down by his feet, the snow would melt and he'd be able to move on, right? He'd be able to take off and move forward and pursue what he can see is the path he wants to take, right? He can see down from this mountain, like there's no clouds in his way. He knows the path, he knows where he needs to go, but there's just something holding him back, and it's something so simple too. And that might be what's happening here. It might be just that change of perspective, this idea of being like, before you're like, I can't do this, but now after you kind of research and kind of look into something, it's like, no, actually I can do this and I'm going to. And maybe it's just that fear you need to get over, the fear of, maybe failure or rejection or something like that, but it's just something you can overcome very simply, I feel, right? And we have that Two of Swords over top of this. Your challenge, your thing to kind of keep in mind this week is a decision. Like, are you going to decide to move forward or stay put? Like, what are you going to stay frozen at the top of the mountain, or are you going to move on to these new lands, to this new experience, to this something you never thought was possible before? So let's look into your clarifiers, Pisces, and then we'll wrap this all up with an oracle card at the end here of the video. So let's see what we got. Let's clarify your top row here. We got the Nine of Cups, the King of Pentacles, yes sir, and the Tower. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Now let's get your bottom row. Let's get your clarifiers for your bottom row as well. The Knight of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. Love it. Absolutely love it. A lot of hard work in your future for sure. If you're willing to go for it, if you're willing to put the time in with that King and Knight of Pentacles, they're talking about going for it. That Six of Wands as well is really telling us that you need to line things up, right? As above, so below. You need to line up your mind with your actions. Like, you need to keep those things aligned, because when you do, the universe is like, all right, if that's what you want, we're going to provide for you, right? And the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles are both hard workers. The King of Pentacles has definitely more resources, definitely has more of a resources, finances, everything to get the job done that he wants to. The Knight of Pentacles does not, but what he makes up for that is patience and effort, right? The Knight of Pentacles will take as long as it takes, but he's going to accomplish what wants to accomplish. The King of Pentacles may be able to do it very quickly, but he is going to work hard as well. He's going to make sure he does it right and puts the time and makes something of quality here, which I think is really beautiful. And again, with that Six of Wands here, like, you need to line that up. You need to make sure your decision with your mind and your actions are, lined up, so that way you can provide and get to where you need to be. Because if you're saying, I want to make the change, but you're not actually making the change, like in your mind, it's like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to start doing this, start doing that, I'm going to get this underway, but you're not actually doing it. Or you're putting it out there, but you're not putting out 100% effort, right? You're not being like, okay, I'm committing to this, I'm going for it. It's not going to work out for you either that way. So you got to be aware of that stuff, right? You got to be aware of that. With the Tower and the Nine of Cups here as well, who we haven't touched on just yet, the Tower talks about it's a big change. This has to happen, right? This change has to happen in order for you to get to the Hermit here. And the Hermit is going after his dreams. He's taking forward. So you have to make that change. You have to make that decision. You have to do that yourself in order to get there. No one else is going to do it for you. And with the Nine of Cups here as well, I feel like there's going to be a lot of satisfaction and fulfillment in your future. Especially if you go down this path, you make this change, because I feel like you can see like this is going to provide that for you for sure. Like, you can see the potential, but you're not going to get it by just thinking about it, right? That's going to kind of be like daydreaming and, daydreaming without putting in the effort, right? And you're kind of going to be like, oh, it would be so cool if I did this, that, or the other. And you daydream about the life you'd like to have, but you never actually go for it. And you kind of sit there unfulfilled because of it. And I feel like you need to put that effort in and you'll be paid off. Like, it'll go beautifully. For those of you just working towards some sort of goal, like some sort of financial goal, career goal, whatever that might be, the Nine of Cups is saying that's going to be fulfillment. That's going to be what you want. But for those of you looking for love here in the future, the Nine of Cups is beautiful because two people with Nine of Cups energy, you get the Ten of Cups, which is your dream life, which is all your everything lining up, everything coming up, good for you. So that's nice. I love that. And let's look into your oracle message to wrap things up here for you, Pisces. See what we got for you. Hope this has been helping you out. Hope this has been resonating with you. And let's see what we got for you here. We got the Happy card, number 26. Look at that. Always good to see. Always good to see the Happy card. So let's see what we got for your oracle message. All right. Your desires are effortlessly fulfilled now. Find joy in the present moment, whatever is happening, and be satisfied with things with things as they are. You are free from the shackles of longing and able to experience the liberation that comes from actually being happy, moment to moment. For you have chosen happiness over yearning for it. Now is the time of feeling joy for the sake of joy and experiencing contentment. None of this is because of something outside of yourself. Your happiness is a result of your being at one with Spirit's plan for your life. All is well. The tide is in now. Enjoy playful splashing in the tide. So I love that. That's great. Like I feel like you're really making an effort choosing happiness here. I feel like that's all going to be coming for you here in the future if you so choose it, along with my man Journey here. So I hope that helped you out. Hope that resonated with you. Remember, you can like, share, subscribe. You can also check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos too after this one, Pisces, and I will see you next time.